So good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
What do you look for when you come to a Toastmasters meeting? If you've been a Toastmaster for such a long time and you're visiting a new club, or a club you've never been to, what do you look for? How would you? Yes, what did you say?
Good speeches.
Good speeches. How would you decide that your time has been well spent? Now I'm in here, and I guess most of you are accountants, and therefore your time is of great essence. So as you reflect back over the meeting today, would you say, I have really used my time very well? And that's the question I had behind my mind when I came in here today to evaluate and serve as a generic evaluator. Thank you very much. I'm going to do this in 4 parts. The first one with any meeting, as you probably know, is that it has to be organized. There are specific things you look out for as professionals, even as more importantly as Toastmasters. You want to be sure that the agenda is clear, the venue is well set up, you want to be sure that roles are well defined, and if there are changes, these have been noted and communicated, and the transition from one role player to the next one is done smoothly and effortlessly. Certainly in this meeting, you ticked all the boxes here. This is a great venue. Agenda, well structured. I'm going to still be structured with still the ideas there, right? I think that's something I will take back with me. But more importantly, where there were changes in the role players that was effectively communicated. So well done to you all. There's also one thing you look out for. When you come to a meeting, you ask yourself, what am I going to take away with me? And like you rightly pointed, great speeches. But I think you want something a bit much more than great speeches. You also want to learn. You also want something that inspires you. You also want something that meets you exactly where you are, with your issues, your challenges, that you can leave with something else to take forward. For me, the speeches today left a mark on my heart. I'll mention a few quotes that I will take with me. People travel to escape love. I travel to experience life. That brought to my mind the need to experience life in itself. All the speeches today were very inspiring, very motivational. There was an emotional side to all the speeches, but more importantly, there was a rational side to it. And I think that does appeal to you and I, because we have an emotional and a rational side. I found it also very unique and pleasantly too that the educational was evaluated. This is the first time I've been to a Toastmasters meeting with an educational that it is evaluated. Maybe you have been to one, but not me. I've been, this is my very first time. And I think that's something I take back with me. There are a few things you can do slightly different. The first thing I'd like to point out is the word of the day. Did you notice? Nobody used the word of the day. Wondering. Perhaps it's because of where it is.
I did. Yes.
You did? Excellent. But apart from yourself, perhaps it's because of where it's situated. You know, in a meeting like this where you have a big screen behind here, I wonder if we miss the opportunity to have that boldly displayed, such that as every speaker came up, you're constantly reminded of the opportunity to use the word of the day. So think about that for your next meeting. I also thought that in a group like this, a large group, if you're coming here for the very first time, if you don't know anyone, you could be intimidated. You might not really know how to go around introducing yourself or feel comfortable. I felt the absence of name tags, you know, is something you could probably look into in the future. Such that if someone comes in, you know, it's very easy to see the name, and therefore it's very easy to start a conversation. Now I'm fortunate because Kamlek here was, I know Kamlek, basically he sort of brought me in, introduced me to the club president, and sort of made me feel at home. But I was wondering if I came here on my own, would I have felt comfortable? So think about having name tags. think about extending hands of friendship and openness to people who come in for the very first time. I think there was something we missed. This is a Saturday, and you and I are probably going to have to set up very early tomorrow morning. So it's very important we start on time so we can end on time. We didn't start on time, and obviously it has got a knock-on effect as to the time we will end. These are areas that you should think about and consider to improve upon. But there's always one thing that I hold very dear whenever I come to a Toastmasters meeting. Did I enjoy it? How did it make me feel? More importantly, did it touch my heart? See, at the end of everything else, we want our hearts to be touched. And say, yes, this meeting touched my heart. It made me feel great. Indeed, it's time well spent for me. So, well done to everyone. An enjoyable meeting, a pleasant meeting for me, a memorable one, and I look forward to coming back here again. Thank you very much.